Hey everybody, never late, K-Day here. Sitting at Theraplay again. Um, I did something really stupid yesterday, and it's bothering me now because it scares me, I guess. Um, I Googled on YouTube videos of severely autistic nonverbal kids. And, one thing led to another. And I ended up watching videos of a kid who's an adult now with a mother who's pretty verbal about the government and, not getting the care that he needs and whatnot. And she videos him during some of his tantrums, and he self-injures. So I never seen that before, and I didn't know that was autism related. Um, Actually, I really can't confirm that it is autism related. I'm just assuming it is because that was the main focus of the video, was on this child's severe autism. Um, it it scared me because I don't know if that's something that the child had always done since, age 1, 2, whatever, or if it was something that, like, showed up one day. Like, with a lot of kids with autism, what I'm learning is that they will start out doing one thing, like a stim, um, and then randomly switch the stim up. Like, they'll stop flapping their arms and hands, and then they'll start grinding their teeth, or they'll stop grinding their teeth, but they'll start another stim. And I'm wondering if this boy's just one day developed this self-injurious behavior, or if it was something that has always been. That freaks me out, because what if that's Gage? What if one day Gage stops flapping his hands and he starts smacking himself? That'd be really hard to deal with. This woman, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine her day to day. I mean, I got it rough too. Yeah, it's hard, I'll admit. But man, it could be so much harder to be in her shoes. Um, and one day Gage will be bigger than me, and if we're going down that path, I won't be able to control him. That scares me. You know. Um, right now he's a pretty mellow kid. He doesn't when he gets angry, he just throws himself on the floor like any other toddler would. Um, he hasn't showed any self-injury. Not really self-injurious. I don't even know if that's a word, but if he has like a headache, or he doesn't feel well, or he's congested or something, he will, not beat himself up, but he will, tap his head like that's what hurts, or maybe that'll help. I don't know what his mindset is there, but that scares me. Excuse me. We were up early today. That scares me a lot, and this child also had epilepsy, and I'm finding that a lot of the kids that I see that are like severely autistic have epilepsy. And I'm wondering, oh God, is that another thing that just shows up one day, or is that something that maybe they're born with? And is that what makes them severely autistic? You know what I mean? Like, what qualifies as severely autistic? Do you have to have epilepsy, self-injurious behaviors? I'm not even saying it right. I don't even care anymore. Um, because if that's the case and they're born with those traits, I could almost rule out that my son has severe autism. I don't know. It makes me feel better. It's kind of like myself tricking my own mind. Because the thing about autism is that it's forever unfolding. You know what I mean? Like, you think you got it figured out, and then some other crap happens, and you're like, oh, didn't see that coming. You know? And the uncertainty of it, I think, is what really scares me, is the changes that I can't foresee happening. and I have to assume they'll happen, but kind of hope they don't because I wouldn't know what to do, and it's like an ever unfolding flower, and you'll never get to the middle, and figure exactly what is going on and then be able to fix it for forever. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I'm sure there are some parents out there that understand what I'm saying. And being that I have absolutely no experience with autism or any sort of real developmental delays or special needs kids, I didn't even have any younger siblings to say, oh, I helped raise my little brother or little sister. So when I had my kids, I was clueless. And that scared me a lot too. And it still does. Even though my kids are, growing up. I got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old now. And, I've kept them alive so far. So I think I got it. But every day I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know kids did that. Anyway, so it's such a world of uncertainty in parenting. And then you got to add this autism thing in. And now it's like, really, I have no idea what I'm doing. So there's that, and it's scary. Forgot what I was saying now. But if she can do it, I can do it. You're right. And the other thing she talks a lot about, which aggravates me because I feel the same way, but I'm not even in quite the same position. She talks a lot about how insurance and the government and the councils and what have you don't have enough funding and enough resources for these kids that have these issues that, the families need help. And that makes me think of my 2 hours a week with my behavioral health consultant that still hasn't called me, and it's been 3 weeks. Makes me think of that a lot because I'm like, all right, what am I going to do with 2 hours, lady? This better just be a formality. And then when you get here, you see it and you're like, okay, we're going to up it a lot, and that'd be nice if she'd freaking call me first. That'd be nice. I can't even get anywhere with that. Yeah, people do your jobs because you're pissing me off. Yeah, so it was a bad idea watching these videos because some of these kids, I don't even know how the parents do it. It's overwhelming just to watch. Imagine being that parent and yeah, I know what the parents would say, but they would say, I didn't know I had a choice. And you don't, and I know. I just feel for you deeply. And I pray for you to have strength and courage and just keep on keeping on, because I know the reason that you do this is because you love your child immensely. And I just kind of hope the Gage is a little bit more mellow than some of these kids that I've seen. And I'm hoping by watching some of these videos that if it does come to that I'll be prepared. So, all right, that's it. I'm going to sign off. Gonna wait. Oh, gosh, we still got another half an hour before therapy ends. And I still got to go to the grocery store because we're having a big snowstorm. And I can't wait to be locked in the house with 2 small children for an unforeseen amount of time. All right, well, everybody have a great Tuesday. And we'll talk soon. Bye.